Greetings everyone, Marvin 4 here with another kayak review video, and today we're talking cruise. We're talking Jackson cruise. Now, if you're looking for a kayak that's not just good for when you want to go out and go fishing, but when you want to hit those recreational waters, hit those rivers, hit those streams, this kayak just might be the one for you. Stick with us, I'll tell you all about it. This video is intended for all ages. Before I get started, I want to say I was really surprised when I went back and was looking at my videos that I had never reviewed a Jackson product. Jackson kayaks are hands down one of my favorite kayak companies, especially if you like moving water. If you like moving water, they highlight themselves. They shine like a diamond. I own 2 Jackson whitewater kayaks, which are rock stars, and I own 4 Jackson recreational kayaks. I own a cruise, I own an older style sit inside Jackson day tripper, I own a Jackson big tuna, and then I own, of course, my Jackson Coosa, which is my biggest favorite kayak I own. I love that thing. But today we're talking cruise. Now the cruise highlights itself. It shines like a diamond when you're talking moving water. When you're on rivers and streams and stuff like that, anything where you're having a good time, this kayak's gonna shine. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm gonna show you some stuff up close and personal about this kayak. And if you're looking for a kayak like this just might be the one for you. So, now the first thing you're gonna notice up front is the colors. The color schemes that Jackson comes up with are what make them one of my favorite kayaks. When you're talking about the Jackson kayaks like this one right here, the colors are just awesome. I mean, they put so much thought into them, and they're not the normal blah, blah, blah tans and grays. They've just got such a pop, just like their coolers. They also make Orion hard side coolers, which are just awesome. But we're gonna start with this boat up front. And up front, you're gonna notice right off the bat, you're gonna talk about it. Up front, you've got a carry handle up front, and you've got a front storage well. I like the tank well because the tank well allows you to just drop your dry bag down in there if you're going out for the whole day or doing anything like that. It makes it where you have an area where you can put a lot of gear. Let me show you. Let's get up close. As you see, made in Tennessee. And it's just a big area. Storage area holds a lot. I will advise you, if you're gonna do this, use like a 10-liter dry bag because they allow you to get in through this hole. I think you can probably get a 15 or maybe even a 20 in there though. The kayak itself, like I said, the bungee area up front allows you to tie down like your jacket, things like that, which is just cool. So if you've got it, you wanna make sure everything is secure. And that's the biggest rule for kayaks, is make sure everything, if it's not wet and you don't want it to get wet, make sure it's strapped to something. If it's not wet and you don't want it to get wet, put it in a dry box, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in something, or else it will get wet. Don't go out on the water ever and think what you have is not going to get wet. That's just not the way to think about kayaking. So up front, we've got our front footwell, which is where we can stand and fish. We've got ourselves a bungee here to hold, it's designed around Nalgene bottles, but it'll hold just about any type of big water bottles. We've got a stand assist strap right here, which works really, really well. Mine, as I said, when I got this one, it didn't have one, so I replaced it with one from Rogue Fishing. We've got adjustable foot pegs right here that allow you, so if you're shorter, you can adjust it. Taller, you can move them back. Got another storage area. Now this is more like for your phone, your keys, anything small that you just don't want to lose. I recommend, if you're going to be out on the water, buy one of those little Plano orange or yellow boxes. Those things are awesome. They work great. As you see, lots of scupper holes. The scupper holes allow you to, when you water, like I said, these are for moving water. So if you've got waves going over, the water's going to bail itself out through these holes and get out of your way. Back here, we've got one amazing chair that is really, really comfortable. It is available it has what they call a high and a low. So that's the low seat. So if you're not really comfortable, you can start off that way. And then after using it for a while, you can move it up to this one. Nice. Now as we're back to here, the way this works, this is the seat strap. What this does is this goes over the back of your frame, underneath that, and then there is a buckle on the very front of this seat right here, which allows you to cinch it down in the high or low setting, and it keeps your seat with, you flip your boat, which if you're out in a kayak for any length of time, you're going to flip your kayak. That's just going to happen. When that happens, your seat's not going to go anywhere. That's a $200 seat to replace, so take good care of it. Now, I did miss one thing up here I'm going to go back to. Right here, we have ourselves another side carry handle, which allows you, honestly, I use it more when I'm putting my kayak on my roof or on a roof rack or anything like that. Or if I'm carrying it by myself, I can carry it on its side and carry it by myself. Now, this kayak's just under 60 pounds without the seat. So, got ourselves a paddle holder, which allows you to put your paddle here. You stretch this up and over this hook. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's just a very, very well designed. We do have a couple of places. There's one back here, a couple up front, and they allow you to mount GoPros or anything like that with a threaded adapter. As I was saying, this is another one of those adapters right here. They're just Phillips screws right now, but you can put anything. I have a GoPro mount up there. Back here, we have the rear tank area, bungeed in. Now, this is still the original bungees, and they've held up amazingly well. They are getting a little dry rotted. I'm probably going to have to replace them. But as you see, huge area, lots of room for your crate. If you're one of those people that wants to carry your dog, you could throw some of those padded little recreational mats that they use for like kids' playgrounds and stuff like that. They're little foam things. Cut those in, drop them in the back. Your dog would have traction. I haven't put a pad kit in this boat yet, but I probably will. As we come back here into the rear tank area, as I said, the bungees here allow you, because they allow you to put your fishing crate or a cooler or anything like that back here. Back here we have a rear carry handle, and then we have a drain plug on the back. I always attach a piece of cordage on the front and the rear. That just allows me to, when I'm loading and unloading, to be able to push it out in the water and kind of drag it around without having to worry about it. If I'm fishing and I get out of my kayak, I can throw a carabiner on this and just attach it to my belt loop or my pants or whatever I need to, just to keep it from going anywhere. Also, you can clip it to a tree branch, whatever you need. But I recommend that just attaching a piece of paracord or whatever you need, just to make it that much easier for you to use. Now, the seat itself is this really thick material that makes it it's like one step from waterproof. It does have this little storage pouch, which allows you to fit your phone, some other things like that might go in there, and it just works really, really well. I like the seat. The seat is very comfortable. It has these little side straps that you pull and it adjusts it. It has these little tie-off hooks, so if you buy one, they make these little bags that they attach to them. I don't know, I've got them on some of my other ones that came with them. But it's just a very, very comfortable seat. You can take the seat out, sit it on the side, on the river, on the bank of the lake, or whatever you're using, and you've got somewhere to sit so you're not sitting on the ground. Very cool. The seat is very underrated for what it is, but it's very comfortable and very easy to use. And as you see up here, tons of scupper holes. The scupper holes, there are 10 altogether, 2 in the rear tank well, 2 in the underneath the seat, and 6 up front in the front. Because the front footwell is where most of the water, when it comes over the front of the boat, off the bow, it's gonna go right here. It's not gonna go any further. See how it's raised? Makes it where the water's not gonna just rush to the back, sink the back of the boat, and the boat's gonna go under. We don't want that. The boat is designed where the water will trough into certain areas, and it's gonna stay there until it can drain out. That's why, me personally, I don't install my scupper holes, my scupper plugs. I let it drain out. So, very cool setup. And I mean, that applies all the way up. If you see up here, this is a big raised area. So you see how it's, or a recessed area. This recessed area allows the water, see how it's got a little trough off to the side? It makes where the water, if it gets up there, it's not gonna stay and go in the boat, in through that hole. It's gonna drain off. That's what you want. Very well designed. They spared no expense, and they didn't skip anything. Everything has a purpose, and all the designs, what make it, the characteristics of this boat so well, is all that stuff all works to make it a well-designed kayak. All these little designs, all the places where the scupper holes are reinforcements where they're plugged together with little like raised I-beams that make it where when you're standing, it's not going to move and it's not going to crack. So the top of the deck is just over 30 inches long, and it's 10 feet 3 inches long, and like I said, just under 60 pounds. We're going to flip this over and give you an idea on the bottom. The bottom of this is why this boat does so well in moving water. As you see, all the holes are all funneled back, so that they're not going to kind of push water up on you. And the keel of the boat from front to back just works really, really well. And the rocker, the way it's designed, is what makes it where you can turn this boat. You can turn this boat quickly and maneuver it on the water, and it just performs amazing. Back here by there is the rear drain plug, and then this is the skid plate. The skid plate back here allows you to, if you have to drag your kayak somewhere, and you don't ever want to do that, but sometimes you just drag it like in the sand or some gravel or across your yard or whatever you're looking at. This right here is removable and replaceable. They sell these online. On my Kusa, I've replaced it probably. Every time I buy it, I buy 3 of them, but they last a good long time. And then once you wear them out, you just take the screwdriver, take those bolts out, take them out, put a new one in, and you're good to go. Well guys, that's going to do it for us today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking at getting into a new kayak, the Jackson kayaks are exceptional. They have a wide range of kayaks, from everything from recreational to fishing kayaks. And don't be intimidated. I mean, this one right here, when it was new, it had like a $900 price tag. Yes, it's a little more expensive, but guys, when you talk about a kayak, like I said, I've had my Kusa for going on 10 years, and it still performs today as well as it did the day I bought it. So go over and check them out. I'll put a link to Jackson and Jackson Adventures, and go over and check them out if you're looking at getting into a new kayak. And guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this kayak or any other kayak, please feel free to ask. I'd love to help you guys decide on what kayak to pick up and get you on the water. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great week, everybody. And remember to take time this week to get out there. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy nature. Be prepared and stay safe. God bless, guys. We'll see you soon.